Setting on the desert in late December, no less. That means the curtain is set to come down on 2024. But we've got one last party. TCU and Arizona set to tango in a historic matchup from Tucson. Welcome inside, everybody. I'm Pete Souza. He is Arizona great Corey Williams. Corey, so much to un-Tommy Lloyd era where they can get to that magic number. So an up and down affair could behoove the Wildcats. We are underway in Tucson. The freshman punch controls, gets it to Trey White. Reynolds almost ran out of dribbles. Shot clock coming up on 10. Alet, step back. Can't hit. Punch. Flying for the offensive board.
Possibly a third shot attempt here in the opening possession.
Here is Caleb Love, ready to cook as he faces a double team. Shot clock at 3. Wow, he gets to the rim quick.
And that's what Caleb Love has to do. You're going to take away his...
Hey, when you're talking about Jamie Dixon, it's bigger than just a couple players. It's a program. Banging home a 3. That's Caleb Love. Big-time sign for Wildcat fans.
Blown defensive assignment right there by TCU. They didn't communicate. There's no reason Caleb Love should have come that wide open on the ball screen.
You can feel the bloodthirsty crowd here getting going at the McKill Center. First Big 12
start for these Arizona Wildcat fans to see their best player.
Of his ability to output for this team. So him getting on track early, I got to believe, is huge. Rebounds,
assists, there's so many things you can do to help your team win. And you got to drive that point home because so many people just look at stats, and that doesn't tell the real story.
Del Orso runs out of real estate, but not before he finds Bradley.
And KJ Lewis opted to come off the bench and give up his starting spot to Del Orso to help the chemistry and help bring him along. And Arizona seemed to play well since they've made that rotation change in the starting lineup.
Oh, Ernest Uday powers his way to 2.
That's a big-time move right there by the big fella, taking it one-on-one.
And just like that,
TCU needs to tighten up a little bit and not trail the offensive players.
3 of 4 shooting for 7 points. That's Love's line early as Alet offline there. Bodying though quickly as he does with Lewis. Gets first 2 of the night for him.
Aggressive move. He missed a 3, took it to the rim. A little bit of contact there.
Awaka, you want to talk about contact? There's something for you.
The big boy on the pick and roll. Arizona definitely wants to start against defensive-minded TCU. That's something you can hang your hat on.
That's a great point. Look at that lob with the flush. Check out Brian soaring for it.
And Wildcat fans better, and he's seen enough of the layup parade. 2-3 zone that, or 1-3-1 zone that time by TCU to get their first defensive stop in a long time.
And Arizona has seen zone in the past 2 games. Is slicing Posey into the basketball game. Ball's knocked away. Jennings in the open floor is fouled. So KJ Lewis will head to the free throw line.
Those live ball turnovers are so costly. KJ Lewis sticking his hand in there. He's
12.
Arizona's got one in KJ Lewis.
El Paso Tex.
A lot of contact on there. He wanted a foul, no whistle.
Bradley facing that zone, flips it inside, and a slam dunk right there for everybody to see by Vesar. Oh, Love, so smooth. Vesar, right side, here's Bryant. Threading the needle. Poking out is Bradley from the elbow. He whips it to Love. His 3, knocks it down. Butter. 11.
You come out in a press just to throw them off of whatever they talked about in that timeout. TCU just spent the whole time working against the pressure.
Lob underneath. Vesar makes no mistake off of a beautiful feed from Lewis.
Another.
TCU hadn't scored in more than 3 minutes. Alet. Posey acrobatically flies, trying to put it back in. Can't get it to fall. Here come the Wildcats again. Transition. Ball's poked away by Alette. The turnover and break TCU needed. In transition, they get to a clean look. He comes up short. Trey White, deep three.
Trey White, one of those guys that can really score from beyond the arc.
Oh, how about that for body control? The young fella gets the cut. McDonald's All-American. Can't finish the three-point play.
Well, TCU has had some very good opportunities. They missed a couple of point-blank layups, but let's not forget, they missed 5 open threes. And this game would look totally different if they connected on 2 or 3 of them. Right there, nice inside play.
Yeah, Uday, who is going to give these guys
the road and league play. A made bucket is your best friend. It gives you a chance to set the defense. It takes the crowd out of it. Like, scoring points on the road is huge. And TCU has to find a way to start connecting.
Trey White connects right there.
Beautiful penetration. Has to resist the urge to fall in love with the three-point shot. They've been moving the ball very well against this zone. High lows, inside outs.
Underneath, big-time foul by Punch.
Playing some great basketball for Arizona. They've actually got more shot attempts than Arizona. They've shot 20 attempts. Arizona gets 17.
But 11 games so far this season. They've never won trailing at half. Reynolds seems to make up his mind that time. Woo, talk about determination. Uday bangs home 2.
That was brutal, and TCU needs more of this. Sometimes the best offense is just get the ball to the rim. You're going to miss the layup, but the action you create. Toby, check it, it's over. Nothing you can do there.
And, you know,
they can't do anything about that guy rolling to the rim. Great defense there, the theft, and they've got a 3-on-2.
Lead down to single digits. Reynolds would love to trim it to 5 and does. 11-2 TCU run.
Every coach will tell you the kryptonite is live ball turnovers. Ill-advised shot there by Del Orso. And now it's the Horned Frogs looking to keep the momentum as Reynolds pressing the issue. Feels like he can take Del Orso. And he can off the glass. Tommy Lloyd wants to talk it over. Ladies and gentlemen, giving him some plays to draw some energy from.
It also got to be disappointing for Tommy Lloyd to think, I just took our star out of the game and this is what happens.
Well, guys got to hold their own. I mean, you know, nobody plays 40 minutes a game in college basketball. So when you get out there, keep things rolling. And there's a good opportunity for Henry Visar to get a bucket. Comes up short.
So the third foul on Visar. Second attempt is coming after a first miss. Boy, momentum is a real thing in college basketball. Could almost hear a pin drop here at the McHale Center. Top out to come off it, though. Hustle play from Trey Townsend. Bails out his teammates. Big time. Fake by Alette. He sent Love into the third row, but he can't knock down the 3. Bradley off the dribble. Much needed basket.
Well, his mid-range game is so nice. Jaden Bradley, that's something they collectively as a team have to work on. When you play guys good for 36 minutes and then don't close, that's not on the coach.
Alette tries to beat a triple team. Gets what he deserves. Love, so smooth, off the window for 2 more.
His last few shots had been threes. Caleb Love getting back to attack mode. And here comes that Arizona crowd again.
7-0 run for the Wildcats. Love has 12 on the night. 4 minutes left here in the first half. Reynolds loses it. And a foul is called by Chance Moore. Start this conference slate, which is now 20 games. You know, he's a basketball.
Great basketball games throughout the Big 12. A lot of great basketball programs living up to the billing. Arizona showing some poise offensively. TCU's made a run.
Can they make another is the question. Uday from the mid-corner. Reynolds launches a 3, hits nothing but the bottom of the net.
Boy,
that's the first points in over 3 minutes for the Horned Frogs.
Excuse me, that was nice. Great vision by Uday out of the post. Beautiful cross-court pass. There's the deflection on the double team of Jaden Bradley in transition.
Mr. Bryant says return to sender.
Talking about aggressive downhill plays, good decision making. Quick bucket right there by TCU.
And you just saw him that. It's been over the course of his career, now in its 5th year. Smashed down the door into all of our living rooms in that 2022 final. Oh, hard to the hole. Face off. Diallo. Remember now, we've got 3 minutes left here in the first half still.
Bucket that comes out of nowhere but sheer will. He's out there being a pest, getting his hands on deflections.
Absorbing contact and finding a way to get it to fall as Noah Reynolds with 10 points tonight. Already exceeding his average on the year. Lewis meets a double team, whips it to Bradley. Bradley loses control and the basketball. In transition, Alette.
And you see how fast the Horned Frogs go. Quick bucket. Arizona with a turnover. TCU back at it again, trying to cut into this lead a little further.
Micah Robinson strokes a 3. The freshman is here. Under a minute now in the first half. Caleb Love draws about 3 defenders, tried to get it to Awaka. He loses the handle, but gets it back to Love. So smooth to 2 more.
It's a lot of effort.
The freshman punch controls. Shot clock coming up on 10. Game clock at 17. 8-second differential. Oh, ball's like a yo-yo for Alette. Drains it.
Oh, my goodness. Alette with the filthy step back.
And that'll do it. A surge at the end of the half.
Almost like a heavyweight fight has hit him with everything except the kitchen sink. You're talking knockout blows, big plays, dunks, threes, and yet TCU right here nipping at their heels. 4-point game.
Wow. And somehow getting that to fall is Trey Townsend.
Trey kind of shooting that as an afterthought. Nobody else was open. So I guess I'll just pull the trigger.
Now it's Reynolds. Pumps it into the corner, and a 3 from White is good.
Caleb Love gambles.
TCU can tie or trim the lead to 1. Punch. Spins to the hole. That's that power he has.
A talented freshman who is going to be a heck of a player in college basketball. And you see a little bit of it right there.
This is the closest TCU has been since it was just 2-0. Hammering that home.
Out of the lane and force them back to the 3-point shooting where they're just 2 of 10.
White has it knocked away by Townsend. Love with that quick first step. Cash money.
Caleb Love passes up on
Awaka off the window. About as sloppy as we've seen it tonight. Reynolds goes coast to coast and restores order with 2.
Boy, Reynolds so solid with the ball in his hands. You talk about a point guard with...
There he is. Horizon League Player of the Year last year at Oakland. Don't sleep on the horizon now. Here's Uday. Look out below.
Feasting in the paint.
They sure have been. For the Horned Frogs. Last game, 26 of 29, trying to capitalize. And you know, those nasty rebounds. He's got 13 nasty rebounds. They don't have to look good.
I don't think there's anybody in this gym or maybe even in the state of Arizona that's going to keep him off the glass. He is built different, physically just imposing his will in the paint. KJ Lewis.
I mean, Diallo into the game with 3 fouls, kicks it to Alette. Shot clock inside of 10. Diallo, nice pass to punch. The freshman gets physical and finishes.
Bucket for him.
Third foul on Vasar. By almost 20 points late against UCLA. Blew that lead. We're getting into one of those tight windows again. Can they close, right?
Absolutely right. Arizona fans have seen this before, where Arizona has faded down the stretch. So we've still got time
there. Alette. Oh, Lewis in the face of two defenders. Teardrop falls.
That's a little big boy basketball right there for KJ Lewis.
The McHale Center as loud as it's been all night long. Alette finishes and is fouled. Couple of teardrop would have been Vasar's fourth foul.
And that was his foul. When you look at that
Vasar, pump fakes.
You know, what he does with the basketball is so important for Arizona because he's the release valve. They're going to trap Arizona's guards, and what Vasar does, the decisions he makes, it makes all the difference in the world for the Wildcats.
Reynolds gets tied up, gets it to Ude, who gets it right back to him. Defensive pressure turned up by the Wildcats. Slicing right through it again is Reynolds.
Great defense right there by KJ Lewis, but better offense by Reynolds. He has been unbelievable this evening.
14 points for Reynolds on 6 of 9 shooting. Oh, Vasar blows the lid off this place. Much needed three for the Wildcats.
And it's been pick your poison. If you're going to double the guards and leave Vasar, he's going to hit floaters. And now he's showing you, I got a three ball in my toolbox as well.
The guy was held out pretty much all last year with an elbow injury, taking advantage of a clean bill of health. Reynolds taking advantage of some soft defense on the interior to two. The lead again is 3.
What a seesaw battle right now between the Horned Frogs and the Wildcats. Reynolds, a one-man wrecking crew.
Oh, speaking of the wrecking ball.
Watch it. There's no remedy for that. That's just Caleb Love.
TCU still staying calm under the pressure. Manning buries a tray.
Well, I can tell you this right now.
Remember, all of this coming without Frankie Collins and Brendan Wenzel, two of their best players. Love, the best player on the floor, knocks down 2 more. 24 points for Caleb Love.
He can get.
And Vasar has come right along with him. The two of those guys have scored 13 of Arizona's last 15 points. Manning, bang!
And the freshman Carter Bryant got roll. Bring your guy up from the corner. Beautiful execution.
You love a little tip of the cap coming out of those out of bounds, right?
It's the best part of basketball when these coaches call timeouts and they draw these buckets up. To watch these guys come out and execute against one another, great high-level basketball.
Vasar ran out of pump fakes. Somehow Love ends up with the splash.
In traffic.
Nice backdoor cut. An extra pass gets Bradley 2. 7th assist for Lewis. 8 straight field goals for Arizona.
I was going to say.
Close one. Reynolds soars to the basket. And a defiant
to support of everyone on that team. They know he can make that 3.
Alette, you don't want to turn your back on Caleb Love. Stuff like this will happen to you. Bang!
It's an opportunity to work themselves back into this game. Now, turnovers would help, but Arizona doesn't look like they're going to be turning the ball over anytime soon. So TCU's got to execute, and they've got to get defensive stops. Beautiful play, and they're going to get some free throws.
Vasar hit with the foul as punch.
On Vasar.
You've explained to me really falls off for Arizona.
Right. When you're talking about how you score.
The young man a compliment. He bears a striking resemblance to Michael B. Jordan. But tonight, he's playing like Michael Jordan.
You are so on your own on both of those. I'm not touching either one of those. You are by yourself. Good Lord, G.
Leads to the 28th point from Love.
Well, coaches always break games into segments, and they always talk about the under 8. You know, that timeout you get under 8 minutes. And here we are in the under 8. Arizona nursing a 9-point advantage. Can TCU somehow close the gap? It's a single-digit game. It's only 3 possessions. But you feel like it's bigger than that on this possession right here.
Reynolds is...
have to manufacture great offense. They just have to be physical and attack the rim. And he didn't shoot it in rhythm. And you see how they're not hesitating to double team the ball screens. They're not afraid of Awaka shooting the shots.
Jennings got jammed up, tried to drop it off for Awaka, who cleans up the mess. You know, you had such a decorated career here at Arizona. You've got the pulse of this program. This is just feeling like a release tonight for this fan base and this program. Still work to be done, but right now they got to feel good.
The entire offseason, this team and this fan base have been told where they're going to fit into this.
Punch is just so good for a young freshman playing.
Tournament discussion. There's a lot of naysayers, some doubters out there given the shaky start they've had, but tonight they can start taking one step in the right direction against a really good TCU squad.
Bradley floated to the hoop.
They're going to start to get stops. They can no longer afford to trade baskets. And those points in the paint all came at a high percentage. They were late.
Stifling defense by the Wildcats is keeping the Horned Frogs up by the three-point line. Ouellette finds some wiggle room and finds a way to finish. He's fouled too.
I don't say this often, but that was an NBA move right there. I mean, one man versus the whole squad. Ouellette crosses Caleb Love over, just behind the back, beats Jaden Bradley, takes it into the teeth of the defense, and scores with the foul. You don't see too many people that can play like that.
Yeah, and he got a little excited, yelling right in the face of Caleb Love and got hit with a quick technical foul.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, that's what happened.
You don't call that. He didn't look like he turned right to Caleb Love and said something, but then maybe let the players finish this game.
Jamie Dixon. Jennings hangs Uday out to drive. Everything seems to have been ratcheted up a notch here in Tucson over the last few minutes. Robinson with the three.
Boy, that's a big three because he had Carter Bryant flying out in his face, and Carter Bryant's got that 7-foot wingspan. Amazing that he was able to get that to drop. And still, a 2-possession game, big possession here for the Wildcats. They've been able to convert on these ball screens. TCU switching, giving up mismatches in the paint.
Bryant, no hesitation. Oh, no, yes. Oh, Love slips it back door. Awaka finds a way to finish. Rattles out. Another freshman Punch with a big rebound. Reynolds for three. He just makes it look so easy.
Along with Caleb Love, clearly the best player on the floor tonight for the Horned Frogs. And you just wonder if that Batman had a Robin for TCU tonight. this one be a much closer game. TCU now with their backs against the wall. They kind of need to pitch a shutout here for the remaining 2 minutes. Try to have a chance at this.
Under 2 minutes left. Lewis fires underneath for Bryant.
Not out of the woods yet. Can TCU apply pressure?
Reynolds is rejected by Owaka. Foul is called.
And on the spot, picks up the foul.
Among us.
They've got to apply some pressure here. Or force the quick shot. But it's just to show, not actually a press. Jaden Bradley's going to bring it up.
90 seconds left. 7-point advantage for Arizona. Pete Souza and Corey Williams with you live. Caleb Love. Whistle is blown prior to the shot. Foul on the floor. Why he is such an efficient scorer. Point cushion and a career night at hand. 33 points. 16 points in the first half for Love. 17 in the second. Robinson's three is short. And TCU's hopes and chances in their opener in the Big 12 slipping away.
And TCU content to let Arizona run some clock, and almost seems like they're waving the white flag. You would think they'd be trying to trap and create pressure, but instead Arizona's going to take all 30 seconds off the clock here.
Turnover. Breathes some life into the Horned Frogs. White's long three is no good. And Tope Owaka came down hard on the left side of his back.
To the hospital. That young man bounces up right off the floor.
Yeah, that's me. We're calling 911 pub. 27.3 seconds left. Trim to 7.
Approach team attack that Arizona needs. And a win is a win, especially when you get into Big 12 play.
Bradley is tied up. Most impressive win of the season?
Well, you know, with Arizona, the talent level hasn't changed since the beginning of the season. And get that monkey off your back, so to speak, and get a win. And they've got 2 very big road games coming up in Big 12 play. So at all costs, you must defend the home floor. It looks like Arizona will defend the home court and get the win. And that's all they came out here to do tonight, was win the home opener. And they'll take matters on the road.
Reynolds goes to the hole again with his hard hat on, is knocked away. Corey mentioned those 2 big games. Those 2 big games coming up against Cincinnati and West Virginia. A great moment here over by the scores table. KJ Lewis just pointed to my man Corey Williams, said, hey, we heard you've been talking.
Heard what you said. They heard what I said.
Hey, if at least the positive results, it worked. Caleb Love, talk about positive results. 33 points, 7 assists. Both of those are season highs.
Big game for Arizona. The offense showed up. 90 points scored in McHale Center.